Welcome to Mondays with Monique. I'm glad you're out there watching today. We're on TSPN TV. I'm Monique Grossaday, and this is Molly Curtis from Sutter Creek Cattle Company. And I have something special for you. I know I say that because I love the guests and they're special and I enjoy them. But I have a recipe that has never really been handed out publicly before. And it's my mother's recipe for spaghetti sauce, bolognese spaghetti sauce with ground beef. We put a little Italian sausage in there also. But I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, and people have enjoyed it, and I had a couple questions about it last time I was cooking on AM Live, and so I'm giving the recipe away today. So stick with us. We're going to go to a quick break, and we're going to cook up a storm.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
To Mondays with Monique. I'm Monique, and we have Molly Curtis with us from Sutter Creek Cattle Company.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day. I know we all have lots of stuff to do, but one thing that I wanted to really highlight is that what we have cooking right now is the Sutter Creek Cattle Company ground beef. We've started it. Why don't you add that second package, and then we'll go on from there.
Sure.
So Molly was kind enough to bring the beef, and so we're going to cook this recipe together. This is my mom's recipe. And she actually wrote this recipe down for me in 1988. She wrote it on a piece of paper from her calendar, so it says December 22nd, 1988. And she wrote this recipe, you know, item by item. She's not longer with us, so I really treasure it. And then now it's in a frame. My dear friend Pete put it in a frame for me, so I can always remember her and remember how special it was to be able to just call her for a recipe. So that's what we're making with the Sutter Creek Cattle ground beef.
It looks great.
It looks really good. So tell me how you're associated with the cattle company.
It's my in-laws' family.
Mm-hmm.
It's their cattle, and they raise it on their ranch here in Sutter Creek, called Sutter Creek Ione Road.
Okay.
The Allens have been raising beef since 1860, or raising cattle since 1860.
Mm-hmm.
So now our herd's about 30 cattle right now.
Great.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And so this beef here we're cooking with is part of it.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So what do you do for the cattle ranch, other than, of course, promote their items like you're doing now?
Do a lot of sales and delivering of the beef and talking to people about it. And we do sell at some local retailers around Amador County. And
Do you want to mention them?
we sell it at Gold Country Produce on Sutter Hill by the Italian Picnic Fairgrounds. Gold Country Trails over by Tommy's, and Rosebuds also makes a lot of hamburgers and other items on their menu.
I've noticed that.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
So those are locations, and we do try to go to farmers markets.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the farmers
markets. So that's
markets.
always fun.
Well, that's really exciting. Now we know where to get it. Now, do those stores currently have ground beef?
They do have ground beef currently. Hopefully they also have some steaks. We are a little low in inventory right now, but
I'm going to go over there and get me some.
we try to give everyone steaks and ribeyes as much as possible.
Fabulous. I'll have to go and buy them out then.
Right.
Because I love to keep good stuff in the freezer. I think one thing important to know for most people that, you know, maybe they don't cook all the time, but the quality of the ingredients is going to completely affect the finished product. And so some people have the mindset, well, I'll buy the cheapest of this and the cheapest of that, and it'll still taste good. And you're right, it'll still taste good. But if you want to have something that has a bang to it, when people put the first tablespoon in their mouth and they go, oh my gosh, then you got to use quality products. Would you agree?
I agree.
Okay. So when you have grass-fed ground beef, it's just got a different flavor, you know? And I think you even use less because you get that flavor when you take a bite. You're not constantly going, oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'll have another bite. I'm not really getting it. You get that flavor from this.
Right. And you know that you're eating healthy, which is really important. And, you know, just to know where your beef is coming from is huge. It's sustainably easy.
Grown.
Yeah, and taken care of, and you know that your cattle is happy.
And it's local. I mean, there's a lot to be said for shopping locally. We try to support, at least when I shop, I want to support the people in my neighborhood because I want them to continue to be open.
Most definitely.
You know, I live up in Pioneer, and so of course I go to the grocery store, Payless or Young's grocery store up there because I want to see them succeed, and I want to continue to have that luxury of having the grocery store there.
And their deli is fantastic.
And their deli is very, very good. Yeah, they're really a great store. And then the same thing goes with Sutter Creek Cattle Company. We are enjoying this fabulous fabulous product that you provide. And if we don't, if we don't patronize our local folks, well then, that's hard for you guys to stay in business. So we want to make sure everybody's happy.
Right, and we appreciate that. And we actually do try to be involved in the community as much as we can, and help and do our part.
Yeah, so what types of things, are you doing any types of education for people or schools, or have you thought about that?
I think there are some logistics to get around to doing that, but we do take some friends out on the cattle rounds, and so they can see the process of what actually we do for the cows. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. You gotta get pretty dirty.
Get up early in the morning, huh?
You get up fairly early, but it's generally a slow pace. We don't rush any of the process. Everything is pretty calm so that the cows don't get stressed out. Yeah.
Well, I want to talk to you about process, but let's just quickly go over what we're doing here. So we have 2 pounds of ground beef that's been browned, and we have 4 cloves of garlic that I just thinly sliced and put inside the ground beef so they can cook together. And then we have it on high, so our kitchen's cranking as best as it can right now. And then we're going to put in 1 chopped onion. So I have my onion right here. I cut it horizontally, then vertically. And then now you'll see it's kind of like a grid. I don't know if you can see that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and slice it. It's going to slice off into tiny pieces, which just makes it that much easier to cook down, kind of hide it in there, but yet get the flavor. So that's what we're doing right now. Tell us about the process. You were mentioning that earlier.
So we raise cattle in, I'm not sure what the acreage is, but out on Sutter Road on the ranch. They spend their lives out there, and we have mama cows, and they give birth to their calves, and the calves we keep as long as possible to get them up to the right weight.
Any idea about how long, like a year?
I think it's about a year and a half. I'm not an expert, but it's to get them grown and mature enough so that they have the right, and they're completely fed on grass. Sutter Creek Sun raised grass. They are, given ear tags, and we give them antibiotics when necessary, but we try not to give them antibiotics.
Is it just when they're maybe not feeling well, or a certain time of year that you treat them all with an antibiotic?
Well, no one wants sick cows.
Yeah, right.
They're hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And, they're cranky.
Yeah.
So we try to take care of them, but they're not given any steroids or any of the gross stuff, so they're all pretty much natural.
Huh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
And then when it's time for them to go to Johansson's in Orland, he's a USDA approved
Where's
butcher.
that at?
Orland's up north.
Okay.
We load them up.
I'll grab that orange knife from you.
Sure.
Go ahead.
And they take a field trip, so to speak. And they come back in airtight little packets.
Wow, that's pretty cool how that works, huh? Well, I like that idea. I mean, and I really love that it's grown here. It's natural. There's no force feeding or hurry up and let's get them grown. You're taking the right amount of time.
Right.
So we're going to take time just for a few minutes and take a break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.